Welcome to Hardware Resources Cabinet Shop. Today we're going to be assembling a base corner unit. You just want to make sure that your part number on your box matches the packing slip and what you ordered before you get started. So let's go ahead and open up our box. Got a triple wall box here, so there's no danger of you actually cutting through into anything. And set that off to the side. All right, now we'll start to unpackage the pieces, and then as you're taking each piece out, you just want to make sure, look it over good, that there's no damage to your pieces. Rear cleat, two kick pieces, side panels, back panels, side panel. You have a hardware box and the box that contains the hinges. This is our only cabinet that the hinges are not pre-installed, and because it is a corner cabinet, to be able to flat pack it, it's very difficult to install the hinges ahead of time. All right, so I want you to see when we get down to this point, our face frame, our doors are all nestled into a very nice packaging unit. And again, we're going to take these pieces out of this unit and our doors. So let's go ahead and empty out the contents of our box. So now I've got all of my components separated out of my hardware box. Pocket screws, I have 1-inch flathead screws. I've got a 1/2-inch flathead screws that are going to be used with the 2 L brackets. And then I've got a 5/8 flathead screws. These are going to be used to attach our slides. We have our shelf pins, some door bumpers, and then our solid wood corner blocks. We're going to begin by doing some pre-assembly for our toe kicks. We're going to take one of our L brackets in the cutout for the toe kick. With the L side of the bracket up, we want it to face the toe kick. You'll see pin locations where this bracket is to be installed. Use 2 of the 1/2-inch flathead screws. Get the other side panel and repeat that process again. On a base corner unit, the side panels are specific left and right. Obviously, I want my exterior to always go to the outside, so you have to make sure that you put the right panel to the right face frame piece. This is actually the left side of our box, and I want to start with the right side to show you that one first. So we have 2 pieces of face frame. This actually goes with the left panel. The short C frame goes with this right side. And again, a lot of this is specific. So I've got a groove here, but I don't here. This groove is for my bottom panel. It matches the groove that's in my side panel. So this tells me that this is the bottom of this face frame. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it down here. It's optional, but if you choose to use glue in your dovetail, we want to start 3 inches down from the top and just put that glue right down in the dovetail. All right, so now that we have our glue, if we choose to do so, we're going to take our side panel. You'll notice our dovetail, and we just want to line it up with the dovetail groove that's in the back of the face frame, and we're just going to slide our panel right into place. Take it up and make sure it's flush up here on the top. We don't want it to overextend so it's not in the way of the countertop. This block is actually going to be used to attach the hinges here in just a little bit. So once you have that together, if you want to just set that to the back, and then we're going to repeat that same process with the left side. Groove on the bottom. This tells us where we are on the bottom. The longer portion goes on the top. 3 inches from the top. And we're going to take our side panel and take it up until it's flush on the top. Okay, so now that we have that side panel installed, you're going to want to get both of these pieces. So when I stand this piece up, you can see that there's a pre-drilled hole in the end of this face frame. And when I stand this panel up, you see pre-drilled hole locations. So we're going to screw our inch-long flathead screws through here and then to catch into our other face frame. And at this point, you may want to have someone to help assist you, but these screw holes in this frame are bored out long enough that you don't have to worry about screwing it through there. You just line it up with the pre-drilled hole in your other face frame, secure it tightly. Repeat this process here on the bottom. All right, everything lines up nice. Next step is to install our base panel. Again, you'll see the cutout that goes in the corner. These cutouts that are there for the face frame, it's UV coated on either side. You can use either side, so just choose which one looks best to you. Now, there is no back support until we get the backs on So we're going to temporarily support this back panel with our toe kicks pieces for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this panel lines up in the grooves in my side panels, and then also in the groove in the back of my face frame. Once you get it closely lined up, let's take one of the toe kick pieces and we're just gonna put it underneath there to temporarily hold that in place. All right, so next step is to go ahead and install our back panels. They are left and right. You'll see the flange here that goes into the groove in our end panel, and also the groove that's here that's going to slip into our bottom panel is going to slip into that groove. So this is the right side. So what I have found best is to go ahead and keep it about an inch or so away from the side there. Get my bottom panel lined up. And once it's in place, just go ahead and slide this in place. So now once I have my panel slid in, it's in the groove here in the side panel, we're going to go ahead and switch out. Easier to install the pocket screws with a 6-inch long Phillips bit. I'm going to put that in and make sure that your clutch is turned down on a lower setting. We don't want to overdrive these screws through the side panel. See that the pocket hole's already drilled out for you and the hole is started. So all you have to do is line that screw up. You're going to repeat that same process with the left panel. We'll go ahead and take our temporary brace out here now. Now that we have both of our back panels, we're going to take our rear support, and you'll see that it's tapered on a 45. Now it doesn't have a groove on the bottom, but it'll slip past that bottom panel. Now once we have that in place, we want to come back and put our screws in the center of our panels. That'll make sure that our end panels pull up tight to our bottom panel. So again, we're going to be using these 1-inch flathead screws. Okay, so now that we've got our rear support here, we're secured here. We want to pull this together. Your end panels should just overlap the cleats on this rear support just a little bit. See where it has the 45? You're just going to barely go past that just a little bit. If it's not lining up like that, you want to double check. It may be that your bottom panel didn't line up and everything come together. We're going to go ahead and tighten this up, and then we'll line that up there. Match the same thing up here. Now we're going to put some supports in up here at the top, so I'm going to go ahead and set the cabinet down. All right, so the first thing I want you to notice is the face frame is still loose over here, so we need to secure it. There's a hole already pre-drilled here, and there's a hole already pre-drilled in the end of the face frame. Take another 1-inch flathead screw. Okay, so the next step is we want to go ahead and pre-install our shelf. You can either just set it on the bottom, or you can go ahead and put it into place. And I'm just going to reach in here and put these other 2 shelf pins underneath. Then you're going to want to take your top box support and install it here in the top. It has pre-drilled hole locations in the board, and you can see the pre-drilled hole locations both in the face frame and back here. And the last screw right there. So now we're ready to install our toe kick on the bottom of the cabinet. You'll see there's pre-drilled hole locations there. And actually the screws are going to come through on that side, and then we've got pilot holes that are drilled here. So we're just going to make sure that we line this up so that both exterior finish surfaces are out and that the notches are both going the same direction. 2 of our flathead screws, and we're just going to line this up, the pre-drilled hole locations. Be sure not to overdrive these into that plywood. Once you have your toe kick piece together, you'll notice that there's pin locations here. These pin locations are going to line up with the holes in our bracket. So our notches are going to slide in behind the side panel there. There go. And then we're going to use our 1/2-inch flathead screws. Repeat that process on this side. All right, so the next step, we're going to install our solid wood corner blocks. I've gone ahead and switched back to this 6-inch. It gives us a little more room because these are pre-drilled countersunk. We're going to be using our 1-inch flathead screws. We're going to put a corner block in this corner, back here, here, and back there. I like to start up here on my face frame corners. You'll see that there is a pre-drilled hole location there. I'm going to go ahead and feed this screw into the block so that it's sticking out here, and then I can line it up with that pre-drilled hole location. Make sure that these are not sticking up above your face frame. If they're down a little bit, that's okay, but we don't want them up because they could interfere with your countertop. So our next step, we're going to go ahead and install the hinges to our doors and then install the doors to the cabinet. We've got 2 hinges that are alike, but then 2 that are different. This hinge that has the wider mounting plate is actually the hinge that's going to attach to the cabinet and then to the door. This hinge is the hinge that goes between the 2 doors. I'm going to attach these to the door. You'll find there's pre-drilled holes in this support that's on the back, both top and bottom, and they're going to line up with these 2 outer screws, 2 outer screw slots, and that's where we're going to be installing them, but we're going to put the hinges on the door first. Now we can install this on the left side or on the right side, whichever way you choose to do so. Okay, so we're going to start with the hinge that actually attaches the 2 doors together. If you look closely, you'll see an outline. They've done this so that it's not confusing on which side of the hinge to install. This is where we're going to be using the 5/8 flathead screws. Do not want to overdrive these, and as much as possible try the best that you can to get your screw toward the center of that center mark. Now these are drilled the same way, so on this you can flip that around, it doesn't matter. Just drop those into your pockets and let's go ahead and secure that. Okay, so now that we have our hinges on our door, we're going to make sure that we use the back set of mounting locations, not the front holes, but the back holes when we mount it. In our cleat, there's already pre-drilled hole locations, so it's already lined up for you. Now we can test. There we go. And that's the assembly process for a base corner cabinet. I hope that you have enjoyed this video today and that it was helpful to you. Thank you.